The exchange of best practices, capacity building efforts, and joint initiatives will enrich our transport sector and pave the way for sustainable growth and development. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, development of any country depends largely on the transport sector, as it provides a link to local and international trade. Following that, Tanzania acts as an international gateway for several of our neighboring landlocked countries, Uganda, Democratic Republic of Zambia, and Malawi. Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, the government is modernizing the port of Dar es Salaam through the Dar es Salaam Maritime Gateway Project. Through the improvements of berth number 1 to 7, which are currently operational. The deepening and widening of the entry channel and turning basin, and improvement of berth number 8 to 11, of which the consultant has completed the feasibility study and engineering designs. This improvement will allow post-Panamax vessels to access the port and increase Port of Dar es Salaam annual cargo handling capacity. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Tanzania is also constructing an electrified standard gauge railway, phase 1 from Dar es Salaam to Mwanza, which is 1,219 kilometers, which is currently in construction stage. Meanwhile, phase 2 from Tabora to Kigoma, which is 560 kilometers, is in the mobilization stage. And Uvinza Msongati Gitega, Burundi, which is 202 kilometers, is in the procurement stage. Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to highlight investment opportunity in some of our port infrastructure projects. The first one is the development of new container terminal, berth 12 to 15 at Dar es Salaam Port. Your Excellency Minister, I've mentioned about it that Arab contractors has shown a big interest on this project. So the government of Egypt and government of Tanzania, we need to work with Arab contractor and other contractors from Egypt to facilitate this project. The second project is the development of Bagamoyo Port. As I mentioned to you, Honorable Minister, this is a transshipment port. Another project is development of a single receiving terminal at Port of Dar es Salaam. This will be dedicated for liquid products, that is fuels. Another project is development of an oil jet at Tanga Port, development of a dry bulk terminal at Kisiwa Mgaho, Mtwara, and the development of dry port at Dodoma, Kigoma, Mwanza, Dar es Salaam, and Pwani. So we've got a number of projects to develop dry ports at different regions because of the standard gauge railway. Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, additionally, Tanzania is also soliciting funds for its strategic railway projects, which include electrified standard gauge railway, from Kaliua Mpanda Karema, which has 317 kilometers. Also for the project, which is standard gauge project from Mtwara Songea Mbamba Bay, which is 1,000 kilometers. And finally for SGR from Tanga, Arusha, Musoma, which is 1,200 kilometers. We're looking funding for all these projects. Honorable Minister, in addition to SGR project, there are also urban projects like services, history, nation, transport, between by collaboration. Explain. Number ni kwa ajili ya cargo. Nzetu Mheshimiwa Waziri na timu yake tutawapeleka katika maeneo mbalimbali hasa kwenye bandari ya Dar es Salaam. Wende wakaone hali halisi. Ninaamini wanazo kampuni kubwa kama Arab Contractors na makampuni mengine yanaweza kuja kuwekeza katika ujenzi wa gati namba 13, 14 na 15. Baada ya maelezo hayo, ninashukuru sana kwa kunisikiliza. Najua nimesema sana na mimi sio kawaida yangu, lakini leo tuna wageni, lazima tuwakaribishe vizuri. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki.
Thank you very much, Professor Makame Mbarawa, for those words and informing our guests about the opportunities available in investment. Of course, in the next 1 hour, we shall be listening to the authorities and institutions which are responsible for the different subsectors. And they will be also informing and letting you know more about those investments, opportunities which are available within their areas. We should now move to the presentations, and we will now welcome actually Minister for Transport from Arab Republic of Egypt, Honorable Kamel Al-Wazir, to come and greet us and also tell us about their motive and why exactly they are here. Thank you very much. You're welcome, Honorable Minister. Please. We will have a translator who will be translating the speech he will be giving in Arab language. So please, I'm sure everybody of us will understand. We'll need we'll need the hands mic, the mobile mic, for the translator. Yes, please, you're welcome. The floor is yours. Please.
السلام عليكم جميعا.
Habari za mchana.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Kwa jina la Mwenyezi Mungu mwingi wa rehema mwenye kurehemu.
معالي الأخ العزيز مكامي وزير النقل بجمهورية تنزانيا الاتحادية الشقيقة.
Mheshimiwa wa Wizara ya Uchukuzi Makame wa Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania rafiki,
السيدات والسادة الحضور،
waheshimiwa mliohudhuria katika mkutano huu,
إنه لمن دواعي البالغة
mimi napenda nitoe shukrani zangu nyingi sana
أن أكون في بلدنا الثاني تنزانيا الشقيق،
kwa kuwa katika nchi yetu ya pili pendwa na rafiki hapa Tanzania.
وأعرب عن شكري وامتناني والوفد المرافق
Vile vile ningependa kuwashukuru sana wawekezaji wangu ambao kwamba nimeongozana nao
لحسن الاستقبال وكرم الضيافة،
kwa kukubali kushirikiana na kuongozana na mimi katika kuja kukutembeleeni,
واعتزازي بما يجمع بين بلدينا من علاقات أخوية
vile vile na kuendelea kushukuru kwa muendeleo mzuri uliopo wa ushirikiano wa nchi zetu mbili
وروابط تاريخية راسخة
na udugu uliokuwa upo tangia zamani wa kihistoria,
مستندة إلى إرادة سياسية مشتركة
ambao kwamba umeingiliana katika upande wa kisiasa,
تهدف إلى الحفاظ على تلك العلاقات وتعزيزها،
ambao kwamba vile vile unaongeza wigo mkubwa sana wa kushirikiana kisiasa,
والعمل على تطويرها في مختلف المجالات.
ambao kwamba utapelekea kupanua ushirikiano mkubwa katika majali mbalimbali.
وأشير إلى أن الوفد المرافق
Vile vile ningependa kueleza kwamba delegate iliyokuja nayo, wajumbe iliyokuja nao,
يضم عددا كبيرا من كبار المستثمرين ورجال الصناعة المصرية
wapo ndani yake wafanya biashara mbalimbali na wataalamu mbalimbali na wawekezaji mbalimbali wa Kimisri,
تحت مظلة اتحاد الصناعات المصري
ambao kwamba wote wapo chini ya umoja wa kampuni na viwanda vya Kimisri,
الذي يرأسه السيد المهندس محمد زكي السويدي،
ambao kwamba viwanda hivyo vinaongozwa na mwekezaji na Mheshimiwa Muhammad Zaki wa
السويدي.
Swedi.
وقد كانت زيارة فخامة الرئيس عبد الفتاح السيسي
Vile vile ziara ya Mheshimiwa Rais Abdul Fattah Sisi
لبلدكم الشقيق في عام 2017
ambayo kwamba alifanya hapa Tanzania
أول زيارة لمسؤول مصري كبير منذ عام 1968.
hiyo ziara hiyo ndio iliyokuwa ziara kubwa zaidi ya kiongozi wa Kimisri kuitembelea nchi ya Tanzania.
وجاءت زيارة فخامة السيدة سامية حسن رئيس الجمهورية تنزانيا الاتحادية
Baada hapo ikafuatia ziara ya Mheshimiwa Rais Samia Suluhu Hassan kuitembelea Misri
للقاهرة في نوفمبر 2021
mwaka 2021 aliitembelea Cairo
لتؤكد على أهمية تعزيز العلاقات بين البلدين
ili kwenda kuthibitisha mahusiano ya baina ya hizi nchi mbili
والعمل على تطويرها
na vile vile umuhimu wa kupanua nchi hizi mbili kimaendeleo.
وهذا ليس جديد فقد ربطت بين مصر وتنزانيا علاقات تاريخية وطيدة.
Anasema hili sio geni, kabla ya hapo Misri na Tanzania zilikuwa zina mahusiano mazuri sana ya kitarehe
ممتدة منذ عهد الرئيس الراحل جمال عبد الناصر
historia ambayo kwamba imeanzia tangia enzi za rais wa kwanza wa Misri Jamal Abdel Nasser
والرئيس الراحل جوليوس نيريري
na baba wa taifa Julius Kambarage Nyerere,
سواء على المستوى الثنائي أو على صعيد القارة الإفريقية.
ima uhusiano ulikuwa tu katika kati ya nchi ya Kimisri na Tanzania au bara zima la Afrika,
ودعم قضايا الحرية والاستقلال
katika kusapoti kadhia mbalimbali za uhuru na maendeleo.
واستمرار هذه العلاقة حاليا بدعم من السيد الرئيس عبد الفتاح السيسي رئيس جمهورية مصر العربية والسيدة الرئيسة سامية حسن رئيسة تنزانيا.
Na mahusiano hayo hayakuishia hapo zamani tu, bali hata sasa hivi yanaendelea kati ya Rais Abdul Fattah Sisi na Mama Samia Suluhu Hassan.
السيدات والسادة الحضور،
waheshimiwa mliohudhuria,
إن قطاع النقل والمواصلات يحظى بأولوية كبيرة
hakika kitengo cha uchukuzi na maendeleo kina nafasi kubwa sana
في اهتمام قادتنا باعتباره مقياسا لتقدم ونهضة ورفاهية الأمم.
kwamba kitengo hiki ndio pekee ambacho kwamba kinaanza kunyanyua maendeleo ya nchi
مما يستوجب معه التطوير المستمر والتوسع في خطط النقل
ambayo kwamba yanapelekea kupanuka kwa maendeleo ya uchukuzi, usafirishaji
من خلال رسم السياسات ووضع الاستراتيجيات.
Kitengo hiki cha uchukuzi ndicho ambacho kwamba kinachora picha iliyokamilika ya kisiasa
واتخاذ الخطوات التي تساهم في تطوير هذا القطاع
na kuchukua hatua mbalimbali ambazo kwamba zitapelekea kuendelea kwa maendeleo ya wizara mbalimbali za uchukuzi na maendeleo.
الأمر الذي يتطلب تضافر جهود الجميع.
Ni kitu ambacho kwamba kinahitajia uwekezaji wa nguvu sana
للنهوض بهذا القطاع باعتباره قاطرة التقدم الاقتصادي والاجتماعي.
ili kuweza kukinyanyua kitengo hiki au sekta hii ya uchukuzi kusonga mbele.
ليحقق المصالح المشتركة وتسهيل الترابط بين الشعوب الأفريقية.
Kitengo ambacho kwamba cha uchukuzi na usafirishaji ndicho kitengo ambacho kwamba kinaweza kuunganisha sio tu nchi ya Tanzania bali nchi ya Tanzania na bara zima la Afrika.
وفي هذا الإطار
Na katika kitengo hiki
أود أن أؤكد حرص جمهورية مصر العربية
napenda niwahakikishie kwamba nchi ya Misri
على تنفيذ كل ما يسهم في تعزيز العلاقات بين الدول الأفريقية الشقيقة
ipo tayari kufanya kila ambacho kitaongeza mahusiano kati ya Misri na nchi za Kiafrika.
وعلى قيام وزارة النقل في مصر بالعمل الجاد في سبيل التعزيز وتقوية حركة النقل.
Na yani haswa kile kitengo cha usafirishaji cha Misri ndicho ambacho kwamba kitajitoa zaidi katika kuwekeza na katika kuendeleza vitengo vingine vya usafirishaji na uchukuzi vya Tanzania
للربط معها برا وبحرا وجوا
ili viweze kuunganisha njia kavu na njia za anga kati ya Misri na Tanzania
ورفع كفاءة النقل البيني وتذليل الإجراءات
na vile vile kuweza kuendeleza miundombinu mingine
وتسخير كافة إمكانياتها لتحقيق هذا الهدف.
na kurahisisha vile vile uwezekano mwingine wowote uliopo wa kitengo cha uchukuzi na usafirishaji.
إن النقل أصبح من أهم عناصر التطور في العالم.
Anasema kitengo cha usafirishaji na uchukuzi ndicho ambacho sasa hivi duniani nzima kimekuwa ni kitengo muhimu na bora kuliko chochote.
بل هو العامل الرئيسي المؤثر في النمو الاقتصادي والاجتماعي.
Lakini ndicho kitengo pekee ambacho kwamba ni cha msingi katika maendeleo ya nchi na uchumi.
حيث تعتمد كافة القطاعات الاقتصادية والاجتماعية على البنية التحتية لنظم النقل.
Ambacho kwamba ni kitengo kinategemewa, kitengo cha usafirishaji na uchukuzi ndicho kitengo pekee ambacho kinategemewa na vitengo vingine vyote vya ndani ya nchi ili kikiwa vizuri kitengo cha uchukuzi na vitengo vingine vyote vinakuwa vizuri.
وتوفير الشبكات وتسهيل إجراءات حركة نقل البضائع.
Ili kiweze sasa kutoa mitandao mbalimbali ya kuweza kusafirisha na kuingiza ndani ya nchi.
لزيادة حركة التبادل التجاري بما يساعد على التنمية الاقتصادية.
Ili kuweze kuzidi mabadilishano ya kibiashara ndani ya nchi moja kwenda nchi nyingine.
وتشجيع انتقال رؤوس الأموال للاستثمار في دولنا الأفريقية.
Ambayo kwamba itashajiisha sasa biashara kati ya nchi moja na nchi nyingine na nchi zote za Kiafrika.
كما يسهم في تسيير حركة المواطنين.
Kama ambavyo vile vile kitengo hiki cha uchukuzi na biashara kitawarahisishia kazi zao wananchi
في التنقل فيما بين دولنا لكافة الأغراض الاقتصادية والاجتماعية والسياحية والثقافية والترفيهية والدينية والعلاجية.
Ambacho kwamba kitapelekea kurahisisha huku kitakuwa ni rahisi sasa watu kuja kuwekeza katika sehemu mbalimbali sio tu katika kitengo cha uchukuzi, katika mambo ya kisiasa, katika mambo ya utalii na mambo vile vile ya kidini.
وفي ضوء توجيهات قيادتنا السياسية.
Hivyo basi katika kuelekea upande wa kisiasa
فإننا مطالبون بالعمل على تعزيز التعاون.
tunatakiwa tuboreshe ushirikiano wetu
وتعظيم التجارة البينية بين دولنا.
na vile vile tuendeleze mfumo mzima wa biashara kati ya nchi zetu.
ويأتي في مقدمة ذلك العمل على دفع تنفيذ عدد من المشروعات القارية الهامة.
ambayo kwamba kitapelekea kupatikana kwa miradi mikubwa ndani ya nchi
التي تصب في تعزيز العلاقات بمردودها الاقتصادي على شعوبنا.
Kitapelekea kupatikana kwa projekti hizi kutakuwa kuna mahusiano kati ya wananchi na serikali zao.
ونرى في هذا الإطار أهمية العمل على إنشاء بعض المناطق اللوجستية.
Hivyo basi tunaona sisi katika kitengo hiki kuna umuhimu wa kuongeza kujenga miundombinu ya ziada ya bahari za nchi kavu
في بعض الدول الأفريقية وفي مقدمتها تنزانيا الشقيقة.
katika nchi mbalimbali za Kiafrika tujenge, lakini zaidi tuanze kujenga hapa Tanzania
باعتبارها البوابة الرئيسية لعدد من الدول الأفريقية الحبيسة.
kwa sababu Tanzania ndiyo mlango, ndiyo geti ambalo kwamba litapelekea nchi nyingine zote, na ndiyo yani kama vile kitovu cha nchi nyingine zote zinazoizunguka Tanzania.
حيث يمثل ميناء دار السلام أحد أهم موانئ الارتكاز في شرق أفريقيا.
Kama ambavyo bandari ya Dar es Salaam ni moja katika bandari kubwa za East Africa.
وأهمية العمل على ربطه من خلال تسيير خط ملاحي منتظم مع أحد الموانئ المصرية.
Hivyo basi tungependa sana bandari ya Dar es Salaam iwe ni miongoni na mabandari ambazo kwamba zitashirikiana na bandari kubwa za Kimisri.
ونقترح ميناء سفاجة.
Hivyo basi tungependa kupendekeza bandari ya Savaga ya Misri
للعمل على زيادة التبادل التجاري بين دولتينا.
ili iweze bandari ya Savaga kushirikiana na bandari ya Dar es Salaam, wabadilishana mawazo na elimu katika maendeleo ya nchi mbili.
ومنها إلى الدول الأفريقية الحبيسة.
Hivyo basi kutoka kwenye bandari ya Dar es Salaam hadi kwenda nchi nyingine za Kiafrika.
وتبرز كذلك أهمية تعزيز علاقات التعاون بين بلدينا.
Vile vile jambo hili litapelekea uhusiano kuongezeka kati ya nchi mbili
باعتبارهما من دول حوض النيل.
kwa sababu nchi mbili zote hizi ni nchi za mto Naili.
ولاشتراكهما في تنوع مصادر المياه الداخلية.
Hivyo basi kwa kuwa ni nchi jirani, ni nchi ndugu za kirafiki, ni bora zishirikiane kwanza.
التي يمكن استغلالها في النقل سواء للبضائع أو الأفراد.
Kitu ambacho kwamba kitapelekea kuwa tunaweza kusafirisha sisi biashara zetu kati ya hizi nchi ambazo kwamba zimezungukwa na mto Naili
من خلال الأنهار والبحيرات الداخلية.
kwa kupitia mabwawa makubwa na bahari.
مثل مشروع الممر الملاحي بين بحيرة فيكتوريا والبحر المتوسط.
Kwa mfano bwawa la ziwa la Victoria na bahari ya Mediterranean.
والذي سيسهم عند تنفيذه في تنشيط التجارة البينية.
Kitu ambacho kwamba kitapelekea kuhamasisha biashara baina ya pande mbili.
بين الدول المشاركة فيه.
Baina ya nchi ambazo kwamba zinashiriki katika hizi maziwa ya Mediterranean na ziwa Victoria.
وفي تنشيط السياحة مما ينتج عنه زيادة الدخل القومي لدول حوض النيل.
Vile vile kitapelekea kuboreka kwa utalii ndani ya Tanzania na nchi nyingine za jirani.
ويفتح المجال للشراكة على نطاق أوسع.
Vile vile kitendo hicho kitapelekea kufunguka kwa milango mingine ya mahusiano na biashara
مستقبلا مع هذه الدول.
siku za mbele kwa ushirikiano kama huu.
ويعتبر هذا الممر أقصر الطرق لربط دول الحوض والدول الحبيسة داخل القارة.
Anasema vile vile hapa Tanzania ndiyo nchi pekee ambayo kwamba inafungua nchi nyingine zote zinazoizunguka Tanzania na nchi za Kiafrika.
وذلك في ضوء ما يحظى به هذا المشروع.
Hivyo basi itapelekea project hii ya kuwekeza hapa Tanzania iwe ni fursa kubwa sana kwa kuzifikia nchi nyingine za jirani.
من أهمية استراتيجية في تحقيق التكامل الإقليمي.
Kitu ambacho kwamba kitakuwa ni mbinu nzuri zaidi ambayo kwamba wako nayo katika kuzisaidia nchi za Kiafrika.
ومساهمته في أجندة أفريقيا 2063 لبرامج البنية التحتية.
Ambayo kwamba ndio ajenda yao kubwa ya 2060 ya miundombinu ambayo kwamba wataka kuja kujenga hapa Afrika.
وكذلك تتعاون مصر مع تنزانيا وأشقائها في الدول الأفريقية.
Vile vile ni ajenda yao kwa Misri kuja kushirikiana na Tanzania pamoja na nchi nyingine za jirani
لتنفيذ طريق القاهرة كيب تاون.
ili kutengeneza njia ya Cairo ya Cape Town. Yani wanataka kutengeneza njia kutoka Cairo hadi Cape Town.
باعتباره من أهم محاور الربط التجاري,
wakiamini kwamba ni moja katika viunganishi vizuri sana vya kibiashara
بين شمال وجنوب القارة بطول
kutoka mashariki kwenda magharibi
10,228 كيلومتر.
kilomita 10,000
10,000
kilomita
10,000
10,000 kilomita 10,000
والذي يمر ب9 دول أفريقية
ambazo kwamba zitapita nchi 9 za Kiafrika,
من بينها تنزانيا,
miongoni mwao ni Tanzania,
ويعد شريان حياة حقيقي للتجارة,
na hakika hiyo itakuwa ni kama vile yani mishipa ya damu ambayo kwamba inapelekea mtu kuwa hai,
يسهم في تعزيز التجارة البينية بين دول المشروع,
ambayo kwamba itapelekea kuongeza wigo wa biashara kati ya hizo nchi.
معالي الوزير, السيدات والسادة الحضور,
waheshimiwa mliohudhuria,
أود أن أشير إلى الخبرات الكبيرة التي أصبحت تتمتع بها الشركات المصرية.
ningependa sasa kueleza baadhi ya uzoefu na experience ambazo kwamba makampuni ya Kimisri wako nazo,
التي تقوم بتنفيذ مشروعات النقل الكبيرة في مصر,
ambazo kwamba kampuni hizo zinafanya kazi mbalimbali za project mbalimbali ndani ya Misri
وبعض الدول العربية والإفريقية,
pamoja na nchi nyingine za Kiarabu na nchi za Kiafrika.
ولعل ما يقوم به تحالف شركتي المقاولون العرب وشركة السويدي إلكتريك.
Sasa hivi kuna ushirikiano kati ya kampuni ya Arab Contractors na kampuni ya Swedi
في تنفيذ مشروع سد جوليوس نيريري,
katika kushirikiana kujenga uzalishaji wa umeme katika bwawa la Julius Nyerere,
وهو مثال واضح يجسد عمق العلاقات المتميزة بين بلدينا,
na hii itakuwa ni moja katika vitu ambavyo kwamba vinaonyesha uhusiano wa ndani zaidi uliopo kati ya Misri na Tanzania,
ويعد نموذجا للتعاون مع تنزانيا الشقيقة,
na hii itakuwa ni mfano wa kuigwa wa uhusiano uliopo kati ya Tanzania na Misri.
وأود أن أؤكد كذلك على دعمنا الكامل لتنفيذ هذا المشروع,
vile vile ningependa kukuthibitishieni kukamilika kwa projekti hii
لضمان تحقيق أفضل مستويات الأداء والمعايير الإنشائية,
kwamba utakamilika katika ubora wa hali ya juu,
بحيث يصبح هذا السد نموذجا رائدا ورمزا للتعاون والصداقة بين مصر وتنزانيا,
ili iwe uzalishaji huu wa umeme au kampuni hii ya umeme iwe ni alama iliyobakia kati ya Misri na Tanzania,
وكافة الدول الأفريقية الشقيقة,
vile vile iwe ni alama katika nchi nyingine zote za Kiafrika ambazo ni ndugu zetu.
لا سيما وأن إتمام هذا المشروع القومي
Hakika kukamilika kwa projekti hii ya nchi
من شأنه تحقيق آمال وطموحات الشعب التنزاني الشقيق,
itakuwa ni kukamilika kwa hamu na matamanio ya ndugu zetu wa Tanzania,
في حياة أفضل,
ili kupelekea kuwa na maisha bora,
كما يمثل هذا المشروع نموذجا للدعم المصري,
kama ambavyo projekti hii itakuwa ni heshima kubwa na ni alama kubwa sana kwa nchi ya Misri,
لحقوق دول حوض النيل,
ili kuzihakikishia nchi ambazo kwamba zimepitwa na mto Nili
في تحقيق الاستغلال الأمثل لمواردها المائية,
ili katika kutumia maji ya Nili.
ولا يفوتني أن أشير
Wala sitosahau kueleza kwamba
كذلك إلى مدينة السويد الصناعية الجديرة في تنزانيا,
mji mpya wa viwanda uliopo Tanzania,
التي تقام على مساحة 2.6 مليون متر مربع,
ambazo kwamba ina miraba milioni zaidi ya moja,
والتي تستهدف جذب استثمارات تزيد قيمتها عن 400 مليون دولار,
ambazo kwamba uwekezaji wake ni zaidi ya dola milioni 4,
مما يخلق أكثر من 50,000 فرصة عمل,
ambapo kwamba itakuja kuhakikisha nafasi za kazi zaidi ya 50,000,
ويقدم دعما مهما للتنمية الصناعية في البلاد,
na itatoa mchango mkubwa sana wa maendeleo katika hii nchi,
واستراتيجية التصنيع 2025 لدولة تنزانيا,
na itakuwa ni moja katika kuhakikisha mipango aliyopanga Tanzania ya 2021,
حيث أن مخطط المدينة الجديدة
hivyo basi hakika kupatikana kwa hii mji mpya wa viwanda
يستوعب 200 مصنع في القطاعات ذات الأهمية الاستراتيجية لتنزانيا.
itakuwa ina zaidi ya viwanda 200 ambapo kwamba vitakuwa vimejengwa hapa Tanzania.
بداية من الأدوية,
ikiwa ni miongoni mwa makampuni ya kutengeneza madawa,
مرورا بمواد البناء,
hadi kwenda kwenye makampuni ya kutengeneza vifaa vya ujenzi,
إلى الصناعات الغذائية والمشروبات,
hadi kwenda kwenye viwanda vya kutengeneza vyakula na vinywaji,
والصناعات الهندسية,
na vile vile kwenda kwenye viwanda vya kutengeneza vitu vya uhandisi,
والتي هي من اهتمام
miongoni mwa vitu vya msingi sana vya watu ambao kwamba nimekuja nao,
وجاهزون للعمل عليها فورا,
na wako tayari kutekeleza hilo mara moja.
بالإضافة إلى أكاديمية السويدي للتعليم الفني والتدريب المهني,
pamoja na akademia ya Swedi ya kufundisha ufundi
الملتزمة بأعلى المعايير الدولية لتأهيل القوى العاملة التنزانية,
ambayo kwamba inajilazimisha kuhakikisha inatoa elimu yenye viwango vya kimataifa
لمواكبة التطورات العالمية في سوق العمل,
ili watraini watu na kuwafundisha watu waweze kufanya vizuri katika kazi.
وفي النهاية
Na mwisho,
أؤكد على أهمية الاستغلال الأمثل لقدراتنا لخدمة مصالح البلدين.
ningependa kutoa shukrani na kusema kwamba tutafanya vilivyokuwa bora hapa Tanzania ili iwe mfano wa kuigwa katika nchi zetu mbili.
وأشير في هذا الصدد
Vile vile ningependa kueleza kwamba
إلى الأهمية التي
katika umuhimu ambao kwamba
نعلقها جميعا
unatuunganisha sisi sote,
على الاستفادة من اتفاقية التجارة الحرة الأفريقية
ambao kwamba utatufaidisha sisi sote katika bara zima la Afrika,
بين دول القارة الإفريقية,
kati ya nchi zote za bara la Afrika,
التي تهدف إلى إنشاء سوق أفريقي موحد,
ambazo kwamba zinakusudia kuanzisha soko moja la Afrika,
وذلك من خلال زيادة معدلات التبادل التجاري,
na hiyo ni kutokamana na kubadilishana bidhaa na vifaa vya ujenzi,
والذي نأمل في أن يشهد المزيد من النمو خلال السنوات المقبلة,
kitu ambacho tunaamini sana kitapelekea ukaribu wa kupita kiasi na mahusiano ya kupita kiasi siku za mbele zinazokuja,
ليرتقي لمستوى العلاقات السياسية المتميزة بين البلدين,
ili uhusiano wa kisiasa kati ya nchi ya Misri na Tanzania uboreke na uongezeke maradufu,
والعمل على زيادة الاستثمارات المصرية في تنزانيا,
na vile vile tuongeze kuendelea kufanya uwekezaji zaidi wa Kimisri ndani ya nchi ya Tanzania,
وتيسير عمل الشركات المصرية الساعية إلى التواجد في السوق التنزانية,
lakini vile vile irahisishe kuyarahisishia makampuni ya Kimisri ambayo tayari yapo katika soko la Tanzania,
لا سيما في ضوء الاهتمام المتنامي من مجتمع الأعمال المصري خلال السنوات الأخيرة,
zaidi katika kuboresha zaidi katika kuboresha miundombinu na kukuza mahusiano yaliyopo katika nchi zetu mbili.
وهو ما يمثله مجموعة من الشركات الكبيرة المصرية,
hiki katika kuboresha na kuwekeza ndicho ambacho kwamba kampuni nyingi za Kimisri ziko hapa na ndicho ambacho kwamba wanakifanya,
التي يتواجد جزء منها معنا اليوم,
ambao kwamba miongoni mwa hizo kampuni miongoni mwao leo zipo hapa amekuja nazo,
والتي تهتم بالاستثمار في السوق التنزاني,
ambazo zenyewe ziko katika kufocus katika soko la Tanzania, kuja kuwekeza katika soko la Tanzania
في ضوء النجاح الذي حققته الشركات المصرية الأخرى.
Hiyo basi kutokamana na vile ambavyo kwamba walivifanya na wakafanikiwa kampuni nyingine za Kimisri ambazo zilikuwa zimekuja hapa kabla yao.
والشركات المتواجدة حاليا في تنزانيا وهو ما يعد خير دليل,
Nasema kwa sasa hivi miongoni mwa kampuni za Kimisri ambazo kwamba tayari zipo Misri ni dalili nzuri
على الزخم الجاري في علاقاتنا الثنائية والإمكانات الهائلة,
ambayo kwamba ni ishara nzuri ya mahusiano bora yaliyopo kati ya nchi zetu mbili, Tanzania na Misri,
التي يمكن استغلالها لتعزيز التعاون بين بلدينا,
ambayo kwamba tunaweza tukazitumia kampuni zilizopo sasa hivi kuwa ni sehemu ya kuunganisha na kuboresha mahusiano yaliyopo ya nchi zetu mbili.
وفي هذا الإطار
Na katika swala hili
فقد اقترحنا مشروع مذكرة تفاهم للتعاون بين بلدينا,
hivyo basi tungependa tuna baadhi ya project ambazo kwamba tumeziongelea ambazo tutazifanyia kazi kati ya nchi zetu mbili
لتبادل الخبرات وتعزيز التعاون في مختلف مجالات النقل
ili tuweze kubadilishana uzoefu na ideas na tuboreshe upande vile vile wa kitengo cha uchukuzi.
السيدات والسادة الحضور
waheshimiwa mliohudhuria,
لقد حب الله قارتنا الأفريقية بأهمية كبيرة.
Mwenyezi Mungu amelipenda sana bara letu la Afrika kwa vitu vingi
بما تتمتع به من
ambavyo kwamba lina vitu vingi ikiwemo miongoni mwao
ثروات هائلة وإمكانات واعدة,
vitu ambavyo kwamba havipatikani katika mabara mengine yote isipokuwa bara la Afrika,
وتأثيرها الاستراتيجي في حركة النقل العالمية.
na urahisi wake, bara la Afrika lina urahisi wake wa kuhama kutoka sehemu moja au nchi moja kwenda nchi nyingine.
ولذلك فإننا نشهد تنافسا وسباقا بين القوى الدولية الكبرى.
Hivyo basi sisi tunashuhudia na tunaona kwamba kuna ushindani mkubwa kati ya nchi kubwa mbalimbali duniani kuja hapa Afrika
في إطار سعيها للاستفادة من مزايا الدول الأفريقية
ili zije zifaidike na vilivyomo ndani ya bara la Afrika,
والعمل على إعادة صياغة النظام الدولي.
Hivyo basi hiyo ndio ambayo kwamba nchi mbalimbali duniani zinalikimbilia bara la Afrika,
الأمر الذي يدعونا كأشقاء إلى مزيد من التعاون,
kitu ambacho kwamba sisi sasa wa Afrika kinatuunganisha kama ndugu,
والتنسيق لتعظيم الاستفادة من إمكانياتنا الكبيرة,
ili kuweza kutumia ubora wetu na uwezo wetu tuliokuwa nao kama wa Afrika,
بما يعود بالنفع على شعوبنا,
ili tuweze kurudisha masilahi na faida kwa watu wetu.
وفي الختام
Na mwisho
أتوجه بالشكر إلى معالي وزير النقل وكبار المسؤولين التنزانيين.
ningependa kumshukuru sana mheshimiwa waziri na viongozi mbalimbali wa serikali
والسادة الحضور,
na waheshimiwa mliohudhuria.
واثقا أن لقاءنا هو خطوة هامة
Hakika mkutano wetu ni moja katika hatua muhimu
تضاف إلى مجمل العلاقات الاستراتيجية المتميزة
ambazo kwamba itapelekea kupata mahusiano ya kimbinu na mipangilio iliyoboreka
بين بلدينا الشقيقين
kati ya nchi mbili ndugu
في قطاع محوري وهام
katika sekta mbalimbali, lakini ikiwa miongoni mwao
هو النقل
kitengo cha uchukuzi
بإسهاماته الكبيرة
kwa umuhimu wake wa kupita kiasi
في تحقيق التنمية المستدامة.
kwa sababu ndio kitengo ambacho kwamba kinapelekea uchumi kusonga mbele.
والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Mbarikiwe.
آسف للإطالة مع الوزير.
Samahani sana mheshimiwa waziri,
ولكن الكلمة كانت طويلة شوية بحجم علاقة البلدين مع بعضهما.
hotuba yangu ilikuwa ndefu kidogo, lakini ni kwa sababu ya umuhimu uliopo kati ya nchi zetu mbili
وحب الشعب المصري إلى الشعب التنزاني
na mapenzi yetu makubwa sana ya watu wa Misri kwa watu wa Tanzania
ورغبتنا الكبيرة والقوية في التعاون معكم.
na mahusiano yetu makubwa sana yaliyopo kati yetu sisi na nyinyi.
مرة تانية بشكرك على حسن الاستضافة واللقاء.
Nakushukuru sana mheshimiwa waziri kwa kutukaribisha.
شكرا.
Asante.
Well, we have listened to the ministers, both from United Republic of Tanzania and Arab Republic of Egypt, and we have heard a lot of words of wisdom and commitments by all countries in collaboration and see how much they could cooperate. The two countries can cooperate. Can we give them, please, a hand of applause for the words and commitment they have said? Thank you very much. We'll be listening now to presentations from some of the institutions. Unfortunately, due to time constraints, we will not be able to have all institutions be able to give us the opportunities, but there will be a chance that they could directly link with the delegation after this meeting to give you and for you to know which are the other opportunities in that sector. But for now, let's listen to some few of them who we believe have quite some strategic investment opportunities. We can start now with Tanzania Ports Authority. The Tanzania Ports Authority, please. You will come over and start your presentation. Yes, can we have the presentation on the, okay. The high table can look at the presentation from the screen in front here, please. You will introduce yourself briefly and then continue with the presentation. Please, 10 minutes. Would that be okay? Okay.
Good morning. My name is Juma Kijavara, Deputy Director General, Tanzania Ports Authority. I would like to take 10 to 15 minutes for the short presentation on TPA. The introduction, this shows when TPA was started. It started as a Tanzania Harbours Authority in 1978 to 2003. And in 2004, we became Tanzania Port Authority, TPA. Our function is promoting the use of and the improvement and development of ports and their hinterlands, entering into contracts for the purpose of delegating the powers of the authority through licensing and concession of ports services, and we administer all the ports in Tanzania mainland. Those are our vision, mission, and values. We have the vision there, and you can see our mission is to develop and manage ports that provide world-class maritime and promote excelling total logistic in Central and Southern Africa. The value is good governance, integrity, reliability, customer care, and teamwork. So this is our TPA ports. TPA have 6 main ports. We have 3 lake ports and 3 sea ports. Among them, the seaports, we have Dar es Salaam ports, which is the largest port. We have Tanga and Mtwara. Dar es Salaam port serve about 90% of the cargo which is passing through the seaports. And in lake ports, we have ports in all of the big lakes. We have ports in Lake Victoria, we have ports in Lake Nyasa, and also in Lake Tanganyika. So that is the distribution of the TPA ports. Development of ports and railway transport modes in Tanzania. So our ports were developed in tandem with the railways. Where we have railway, most of the area which the railway pass, we also have ports. The purpose was, and of course it still holds, to open up production areas in the region to foreign markets through trade facilitation, as depicted in the following pictures. So you can see there how the railway have been connected to our port. You can see Tanga is connected to railway. You can see Dar es Salaam port also is connected to railway. The only port which is not connected to railway is Mtwara port in the southern part of the Tanzania, which the government are also planning to construct the railway by PPP. The market segment served by TPA. We are serving approximately 200 million people, which are in several interland countries like Zambia, DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo, Rwanda, Malawi, Burundi, Uganda, and Zambia, and Zimbabwe. But we have already started to serve the Southern Sudan. Some of the vehicles to Southern Sudan are passing through Dar es Salaam port. So, as I have said earlier, the Dar es Salaam port is the major port which is handling about 90% of the cargo which is passing through the Tanzania seaborne trade. We have about 3 to 4 corridors in Tanzania. We have the Central Corridor, which is served by TRC Railway, and we have the Dar es Salaam Corridor. Dar es Salaam Corridor is served by both TRC and Tazara. So we also have the Northern Corridor. This Northern Corridor starts from Tanga to other parts of the country, and we have Mtwara Corridor. We can also call it the Southern Corridor, which is from the southern part of our country. So those are the corridors which have been shown there on the map. It shows all the 4 corridors which we have here in Tanzania. You can see the Dar es Salaam corridor. It starts from Dar es Salaam, the Central Corridor starts from Dar es Salaam to Mwanza, up to Kigoma, and also it goes up to Mbeya. And we have the Northern Corridor starting from Tanga to Arusha. We have the Southern Corridor from Mtwara to other parts of the country, up to Mbeya and to Zambia and Mozambique. The performance of our ports. The performance for the 3 financial year, the TPA traffic handled has increased by 17.9%. This is the performance for all the ports in Tanzania. But you can see the performance for Dar es Salaam port have also increased by 15.2%. So as it have been shown that Dar es Salaam port contribute 90% of the cargo which is passing through the seaports in Tanzania. You can see other seaports, Mtwara and Tanga, have only contributed about 2% of the increase of all the cargo passing through Tanzania seaports, and 15% have been contributed by Dar es Salaam port. We are handling cargoes, but we are also facing some challenges. The major challenges which we are facing is rapid changing in ship technology. The ships are becoming bigger and bigger, but our infrastructure are the same. So we have long cargo dwell time because of the first challenge. We have inadequate inland transport infrastructure. We have inadequate capacity and network of railway to clear the cargo from the port and open up the country. inadequate financial capacity to finance the big projects which can make our ports modern. We have also a very huge, some roads have very huge congestion during peak hours. And it's sometimes even not during peak hours, we have congestions. What are we planning to do? Development of port infrastructure and economic growth. You can see international trade, economic growth, and the quality of port infrastructure goes together. So what we are planning to do? Port infrastructure development is thought to be stimulus to economic growth. So it also contributes to the lowering living costs, allowing people to acquire lower price, improving transportation, and encouraging local manufacturers to compete together, which lead to economic growth. So the economic consequences of port infrastructure are similar to those of other kinds of transportation infrastructure, such as railway, road, and airports. The importance of railway system is growing in Africa and is key to enhance the transport's total logistic. Standard gauge railway are starting to replace older narrow gauge railway. As the TRC will come and do some presentation, they have already started the construction of some of the SGR are nearing the end, and the operation will soon start. So railway development must be supported by common system for signaling, especially in countries like Tanzania, where all three railway lines have different gauges. The SGR, we have SGR, MGR, and Cape Gauge in Tanzania. So the development of port also have to go hand by hand with road infrastructure and the road networks also. So road networks in Tanzania have improved tremendously over the past 3 decades. However, we still have much to do, especially to have all potential ports connected to good and reliable roads to further facilitate the trade. The road to central corridor from Dar es Salaam to Tunduma, which most of the cargo are going to DRC and to Zambia. So this road needs a huge improvement so as to facilitate the business of the port. So we have a newly constructed port at Karema, which also needed to be connected with railway and the road. We have about 160 kilometers of road from Panda to Karema, which is on tarmac. The next slides will show what TPA are planning for the improvement, for service improvement initiatives. TPA, through various initiatives, is focusing on creation of adequate port capacity. TPA is implementing various projects that will ensure all port countrywide have adequate infrastructure and are well connected to potential markets. Improving the railway linkage and the platform new railway at Dar es Salaam port. So the Dar es Salaam port, we are planning to construct improve the railway system. Inside the port, we need to have a terminal. We are doing dredging and modernization of Tanga port to open up the northern corridor and neighboring countries of Rwanda, Burundi, and the northern part of Uganda can use the Tanga port. We are invested in modern flow meters This flow meter have been installed in Dar es Salaam, Tanga, and in Mtwara. All of our seaports have been installed with these flow meters. We are also investing and improving in ICT system, which we are using the ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning. Our port operations are using the port operation automation system. We have our weighbridge are using Mizani system. Mizani is a Swahili word for weighbridge. We have electronic single window system, and we have ISS. This is the integrated security system, and other system which we are improving so as to make our ports use the modern ICT systems. We have also projects which are in pipeline. As have been said by our minister, we are in the development stages for liquid bulk single receiving terminal at Dar es Salaam. At Dar es Salaam, maybe we will sign the contract soon, but we are planning for Tanga and Mtwara port also. So we are also developing a cruise ship terminal integrated with recreational facilities at Dar es Salaam port, which will be the first project here in Tanzania to see the development of this cruise ship terminal in Dar es Salaam port, and this we are planning to change the face of the Dar es Salaam port at large. Development of dry ports across transport corridors. We have several dry ports. We have Kuala dry port in coastal region. We have Fela in Mwanza region. We have Katosho in Kigoma regions, and we are also planning to have a huge dry port in Tunduma border, where the border between Tanzania and Zambia. The development of inland cargo terminal at Kalemi port in DRC, so as to facilitate the trade, we are planning to build an inland cargo terminal in our neighboring country, DRC, adjacent to ports such as Kigoma, Karema, and Kasanga in other side of Tanzania. We are also planning the construction of a dry bulk terminal at Kisiwa Mgao, Mtwara corridor. This is it will also include data cargo terminal at Kisiwa Mgao. The development of it is in the final stages. We are also planning to development of Bagamoyo port at Ras Mbegani, just 40 kilometers from Dar es Salaam, and the development of new container terminal. This will be both 12 to 15 at Dar es Salaam port. So this is the conclusion. Honorable Minister, on behalf of TPA, I humbly invite you to Tanzania, and especially to our main port of Dar es Salaam, with hopes that through collaborative initiative from Egypt, the ports subsector in Tanzania will get another window of prosperity through efficient port. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you very much, Tanzania Ports Authority, for informing our guests about the opportunities available in the ports subsector. And of course, I'm sure, I understand that there will be a tour to the ports later this evening. You can also appreciate what the presentation has been saying. Okay, can we now listen to Tanzania Railways Corporation, please. You'll introduce yourself and then proceed.
Honorable Ministers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is Senziki Kisenge. I'm here today, this morning, to present a short presentation from TRC on behalf of the Director General. My presentation will not be long. I hope I will keep the assigned 10 minutes. And in the introduction, Tanzania Railway Corporation is a state-owned corporation whose mandate basically is to do two things in general: develop railway infrastructure and provision of railway services, which includes development of new railway infrastructure, maintenance and rehabilitation of the existing railways, and provision of basically passenger and cargo services. Those are the mandate we have. Railway Corporation, the Railway Corporation is an older institution which started almost over 100 years ago, but the current one started only in 2017, which was basically a new corporation which was formed by combining two companies, which was the operator, which was called Tanzania Railway Limited, and infrastructure owner, who was called RHACO. I will introduce you shortly on the railway networks we have in Tanzania. It has been said already that we have several gauges here, but the ones which are managed by TRC, we have about 2,700 kilometers of meter gauge. This 1 meter wide railway. And we're developing a standard gauge railway of about 4,752 kilometers. You will be, if you look at the picture and the map, basically this map shows all the railways in Tanzania. The brown railway line, I don't know if I can show you. The one here going south, that one is Tazara. It's not belonging to TRC. The TRC ones are the ones in the middle of Tanzania all the way. And the meter gauge and standard gauge almost goes through the same route. And you will see these dotted lines. The dotted lines are the future railways. And the solid lines are the ones which either are being in construction or are already existing. But I will go into the detail in the next slide. We started developing the SGR since 2017, so we have about 7 years now, or a little bit over 6 years. Then the standard gauge. That is the biggest project we are doing currently. And it's basically the implementation of the standard gauge railway was done to modernize the old railway, which I said is more than 100 years. And it is basically divided into two parts. Major ones are two parts. We have the phase one, the black one, the black-colored, the black-colored line is from Dar es Salaam here, all the way to Mwanza. That is the phase one, which is divided into 5 lots, which is Dar es Salaam, Morogoro, Morogoro-Butukpora, with several kilometers. And you may ask yourself why we divided them. That was because of the financing, so we wanted to do them in parallel. As we get the finances, we built. The first 2 lots from Dar es Salaam to Makutupora, we're talking about 5 or so kilometers to the middle of Tanzania. This is almost done. We're about to start services. This is from Dar es Salaam to the middle, here, around somewhere here. And you can see the percentages of implementation. We are about almost 100, so we are about to finish. Then we have the orange line, Tabora, which is here, to Kigoma. This is a new line which we just started. We just signed the contract just last year, so we are doing the mobilization and the beginning of the implementation. Then we have a new one, which is now going to Burundi. This is the red line here. Currently is under procurement. So basically, this is the map which shows you the whole of SGR, the SGR line which we're building in Tanzania. The investment which the government has put is about, a little bit above $10 billion. I just want to show you the parameter. I don't want to go into the detail, but I just want to show this picture here for only three issues. One is the axle load. We are building quite a heavy line, which is axle load 35 tons per axle, which means, translating in layman language, of about 100 tons per wagon. So I think this is important for anybody who is doing business, that, okay, we will have a very heavy capacity line, and is electrified, and the speed is about 160 for passenger and 120 for freight. I heard about signalization. We are fully automated. We are using a European standard signal system, which is fully automated, so it's quite safe. What are the opportunities? I said I have a few slides. First opportunity for the businessmen who are here is just last year in 2017, the government has amended the law, and it allows now open access. So for any businessman who want to join us, he can come with their own locomotive or wagons and come to us here in Tanzania and invest. So this is to improve the services which we are talking about. If we are improving the port, we need to improve the services which we have along the line. So this is one opportunity which is there, and welcome any businessmen who are here who will be attracted to this opportunity. The second one, the minister also mentioned, this is the public and private partnership for investment on railway line development for the lines which are not yet constructed. And the minister already mentioned we have the Mtwara Mbamba Bay. This is 1,000 kilometers in the southmost, southmost of Tanzania. Then we have Tanga, Arusha, Msongati, Musoma. This is for the north corridor in the north. And also we have the commuter railways in Dar es Salaam and Dodoma. These are the two big opportunities in the railway sector for the businessman. We have another area of cooperation. This could be also for, doesn't matter, private or public. One is technical expertise and knowledge sharing. We know that Egypt is quite experienced in running SGR. We are just starting. You have been running, I read somewhere, more than 5,000 kilometers of SGR. So this is an area which we can share experience with us, and something which we really look forward. Infrastructure development, as I already mentioned, for the private sector, also even public, in terms of infrastructure development, leveraging cooperation on railway projects, which I mentioned. Lastly, is the research and development. We can cooperate in research and development between us. This will help in knowledge transfer, capacity building, and also exchange ideas of what our colleagues in Egypt have done and us, and then we can move our sector forward. With those few words, I'll thank you for your attention. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Tanzania Railways Corporation, for letting us know your plans for the railway networks in the country. We'll proceed now and listen to Marine Services Company Limited. You're welcome, please. We will have an opportunity for any questions to these institutions after these 4 presentations. So please, you can get more clarification if you will need to get. Thank you. Karim, introduce.
Yeah, my name is Gaspar Semocarlson. I'm presenting the opportunities available in Marine Services Company Limited, the company which is located in Mwanza. Marine Services Company Limited is a public-owned company. The share of the company is 100% government. It is formed in 1997, and currently it is under the Ministry of Transport. We have the branches in Lake Tanganyika, Lake Victoria, and Lake Nyasa also. But the head office is located in Mwanza. The core business of the company is transporting passenger and the cargo, and we are serving the local and the international market. But the main business opportunity is in cargo transport, not in passenger, as you will see later on. We have 9 ships in Lake Victoria. As we have mentioned them there, I wouldn't wish to read them. You can follow it. In Kiela, we have 5 vessels. They have been named there. We have ongoing projects of increasing the capacity of transporting the passenger as well as for cargo. We have the ongoing project of constructing a ship with the capacity of 3,000 tons in Lake Victoria. And we have also an ongoing project of constructing a ship with the capacity of 3,500 tons in Lake Tanganyika, as well as the construction of a shipyard in Lake Tanganyika. Allow me to take you through some advantages of using water transport vis-a-vis the road transport. We are serving the market of land-linked countries, including DRC, Burundi, Zambia, Uganda, and Southern Sudan. Most of the cargoes currently are transported through the road. And let's go through the advantages of using the water transport vis-a-vis the road transport. To transport a container from Dar es Salaam to Kampala, it will need you about $4,000 versus $3,280 to use the intermodal, that is railway, water, and railway. So you save around $720 in every trip you are making. During the year 2018-2019, WFP testified that they saved 40% of the transport cost just by taking their luggage or their cargo through Lake Victoria, other than transporting them by using the road. They were taking they used transport food for assistance in South Sudan. This is the distance in kilometers in case of using the road or using the intermodal system, that is using the railway, then the water, and finally the railway on the other side. From Dar to Kampala, the distance is 1,700 kilometers, while the same distance, if we will use the waterway, you just need you just to travel 1,400 kilometers from the same destination, and you have seen what you'll be saving by using the railway, water, and railway. In terms of the number of days, you need 6 days from Dar to Kampala, which takes the average of 6 days with several stoppages on your way. But when you use the railway and the water and the railway on the other side, you'll need only 4 days to move the same distance, but at the same time, you'll also save time and some other disturbances, including stoppages on your way to your destination. One SGR block train takes a total of 10,000 tons, which will need 9 marine vessels with the carrying capacity of 1,200 tons. But this is equivalent to about 500 trucks to transport the same cargo. So you'll find out that it is time saving, it is road saving in terms of destruction of the road and the cost of rehabilitation if we'll be using the mode of railway, water, and railway to our land-linked countries. But at the same time, in terms of carbon emission, by using the train and the ship, you'll also saving the environment from carbon emission, as the data shows. What are the market potentials of Uganda, South Sudan, DRC, Zambia, Burundi, Rwanda? These are the statistics. We expect that coming 2025, we'll have the potential of 6 million tons of cargo per year to be transported to these markets. This means what? It means we need vessels across the lakes to go or to take the cargoes, both liquid cargo and the general cargo, to land-linked countries. The availability of copper, cobalt, lithium in the eastern DRC is expected to reach that amount of tons by the year 2024-2025. On the other hand, the construction of the ongoing construction of industrialization in DRC also calls upon the investment in the vessels to transport the same either to or from the given markets. DRC, with the 90 million population, as it is projected, is the greatest importer, or it is the country with the highest volume of cargo to go through Dar es Salaam port. So to connect these markets, we need vessels in Lake Tanganyika, we need vessels in Lake Victoria, so as to save this market in the near future. Currently, Tanzania is saving only 2.4% of the Uganda seaborne cargo, which is 5.6 tons, and it is expected that by the year 2031, the cargo to Uganda will reach 7.17 million tons. Currently, the capacity of the vessel to serve this market is less than 20%. Is less than 20%. The capacity of the vessel to serve this market is less than 20%. This suggests that we need investment in vessels, we need investment in storage capacity, because they need, we transport also liquid cargo, but there is no storage facilities along Lake Tanganyika as well as in Lake Victoria. So the investment in the storage facilities of liquid cargo will also make the efficient use of the investment which we are undertaking now in the railway as well as in the ports. I have mentioned that there are several initiatives which is going on in TPA, in TRC. All this calls upon the integrated effort between TPA, TRC, and Marine. It is from this background the private sector is welcome to join hands with the government through Marine to invest in the vessels, to invest in the storage facilities, as well as in workshops, because all these vessels will also need the maintenance aspect. Transport sector is key to the economy through import and export trade. As such, there is no any economy can do without investing in the transport sector. The sector improvement needs an integrated effort to complement each other. It's neither TPA itself or TRC or Marine can stand alone and yet achieve the potential which we have so far mentioned. We need the integrated effort in terms of investment so that we make the maximum use of the investment which has already been done in TPA and in TRC. Thank you, and you are welcome for partnership. Yes, you get it. Yeah.
Thank you very much for this information about the Marine Shipping Company Limited. We will now listen to Air Tanzania. Air Tanzania will come and tell us of their investments, their prospects. For the guests to listen, Karibu. Introduce yourself.
Thank you very much, Moderator. Honorable Ministers of Transport, United Republic of Tanzania and the Arabic Republic of Egypt. My name is Ladislaus Matinde. I'm the CEO of Air Tanzania Company Limited. I'll present to you about Air Tanzania. I'll start with an overview of Air Tanzania, then I'll present to you our network, then some opportunities and areas which we think we can cooperate with Egypt. Air Tanzania is 100% owned by the government of Tanzania, and the fleet consists of 14 aircraft of various capacity. Our network consists of 15 destination domestic and 11 destination international. Human resource-wise, we have almost 105 pilots, more than 150 engineers and technicians, and other cadres of around 400. So we are almost 700 staff at Air Tanzania. Air Tanzania is IOSA certified. So we are able to cooperate with any airline within the world, and they will show later on which airline we are currently cooperating with. In terms of operation and support system, we have almost all crucial operational and commercial systems which supports our operations, such as fleet management, ICH and GDS, these are ticket interchange and sales platforms, but we have also other HR and financial system to support our operations. On maintenance, we are capable of offering or undertaking up to check C for the Boeing 787-8, Dreamliner, and -8 Q400 aircrafts. Ground handling services, currently we are using the third part, but we do self-ground handling for one station in Dodoma, and we are currently undertaking analysis to determine an appropriate form of ground handling for Air Tanzania. Collaboration with other airlines, we have interline agreement with Qatar, Emirates, KLM, Oman Air, Air India, Rwanda Air, Turkish Air, and Ethiopia Airline. Regarding our network, as I said, first Air Tanzania, our market share currently stands at 53%, according to Civil Aviation Authority statistics for the year 2023. Passenger-wise, we are currently reached above 1 million passengers per year. This is according to 2023 statistics. As I said, we have 14 larger aircraft, including 2 widebody Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner, 4 single-aisle aircraft, including the Airbus A220-300, 1 Boeing 737 MAX 8, 5-8 Q400, and 1-8 Q300 for passengers, but we have also 1 freighter, Boeing 767-300. We are expecting 2 more aircraft, 1 single aisle, 737 MAX 9, and 1 widebody 787-8 Dreamliner. They are expected March and April this year. We serve, as I said before, 15 destinations within the country and 11 international destinations. We are expecting to expand our network domestically and also international-wise, but I'll talk of the international station. We're expecting almost 6 new destinations, which will include Kinshasa and Goma in DRC, Dubai in UAE, Muscat in Oman, Lagos in West Africa in Nigeria, and we are trying to get into the European market through London. We also have a standalone cargo services since last year, 2023, using a brand new freighter, Boeing 767-300, with a capacity of 54 tons. As a country, we have a number of opportunities which can support the growth of air transport in this country. First, we have the geographical location. As it was said, we are neighboring 8 countries, as indicated there, but also we have access to sharing border, oceanic border, as we see some islands or countries in Indian Ocean. So it gives you and ease of onward connection and outbound connection from this country to Tanzania. Tourism, safari and beach tourism. You know Tanzania is very famous in tourism. And here I'm talking of the worldly known destination, tourist destination or attractions. I'm talking of Serengeti, Zanzibar, Ngorongoro, Mount Kilimanjaro, to mention just a few. But Tanzania has more than 22 national parks. But when we include other areas of attractions, reserve areas, and other protected areas, statistics says we have more than 64 attraction or tourist attractions. On agriculture-wise, on horticulture, we are very good or rich in fruits, vegetable and flowers, which gives you an opportunity for cargo transportation. But we have outlet to the ocean, a number of lakes and rivers, providing fish and seaweeds for export outside the country. On natural resources also, we have metals like gold, iron ore, nickel, and others, but industrial minerals like diamond, tanzanite, and as mentioned in my presentation over there, but fuel minerals like coal, uranium, and natural gas. So they give you a ready-to-do market in Tanzania for your business as air transporter. From the opportunities, let's move now areas which we think we can cooperate with Egypt. And we have grouped them in two main groups. One on the fleet similarities. We have types of aircraft which are operated in Air Tanzania and also are being operated in Egypt Air. So pilots training, especially recurrent training for A220. Our pilots are already trained through the Egypt Airways facilities, but engineers also for A220, Egypt Air owned A220s, but they have also Boeing 787. We have 787-8. Egypt, I think they operate 787-9, but the similarities in the board and cockpit are the same. So training is very easier. Cabin crew also, as I said, for engineers and pilots, A220 and Boeing 787, we can share or facilities for training. But operational grounds, service staff, and cargo operation based on the similarities of our fleet. In-flight services also is one area which we can cooperate in terms of training. On the other side, I'll put down some issues based on accumulated experience from Egypt. You have been operating all other, your airline have been there for many years, and you have built really a very good experience on the training and operation. So we think on commercial arrangement, where we can do better with Egypt Airways through interline and code sharing. As I said, Tanzanian air transport market is growing very fast because of the conditions and the reasons behind this growth. Then on maintenance, I think that also we can cooperate, especially for A220-300, A220-300 and Boeing 787. These are fleets which you find in Air Tanzania and Egypt Airways. But on spare part and tooling exchange, this also is an important area considering proximity of Egypt to Tanzania. Currently, most of our spare part and tooling are coming from Europe and the US, taking a very big lead time. So this is an area also which we plead with you, Honorable Minister, to look at it as an area, potential area for cooperation. With that one, I thank you very much for your audience. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We will we will definitely send all these presentations to the embassy. We have already received a contact email address, which all these presentations will be sent, and we'll get them from the embassy, including the presentations from the institutions which have not been able to present because of time constraints. That was the last presentation we could be able to make here in the audience. Hand to all the presenters, please, and then thank you. And now, of course, we can have some 5 minutes if there is anything which one would wish to get more information, a discussion of a kind before we proceed with our other formalities. Please, you want to say something? Karibu. Okay. It's working? Somebody can assist on that? Or otherwise use this one.
Thank you very much for the presentations done from the different sectors of the transport sector here. I think that it's very promising. There are a lot of opportunities for the private sector. So if I may just say that we will need some more information eventually. For example, you have the three main ports, which is Dar es Salaam, Mwanza, and Mtwara. These ports, the other ports like Mwanza and Mtwara, they develop because you said 90% of the trade is done through Dar es Salaam. Don't you think that more effort should be put in the next stage for those two ports, because with Dar es Salaam there's a lot of damage, and this is causing more costly for the transportation of products. The other question I have, do you have available space for bulk chemical terminal or bulk liquid terminals? Because I did not see in the presentation about bulk liquid terminals. Whether it's chemicals, whether it's oils, whether it's... maybe I saw only one, maybe in, I don't know, Mtwara maybe has one, but because this is also a growing business, the bulk liquid business. The third stage, the third is regarding marine services company. They mentioned a lot of opportunities in the lakes, in Lake Tanganyika and Lake Victoria and so on. We need to know more, because you said there's a lot of opportunities in building ships to operate in this region, and that's only 20% of the trade to, let's say, to Uganda is done now. So there's still big opportunity. We need to know more details from where. How can we know more about this? The frequency, the volume of tonnage going both ways, because this can be a good opportunity to present to our investors in Egypt. These are the points I want to mention. Regarding Air Tanzania, I think Egypt Air has no more Airbus 220. They sold all their 220s a month ago or something. So they have the 787, but not the 220. So that you know, just an information. I think that these are the important, of course for us it's very important, as His Excellency the Minister, we need logistics center for Egyptian product. So where would be the best place to have a logistics center in the ports? Which port would be more available to have space, enough space to do a logistics center for Egyptian products coming into Tanzania? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think that was a very clear request for more information. And if there is anyone else who would wish to ask before we invite people to come and respond a bit. No one. So we could actually invite TPA to come and respond to these questions, and also Air Tanzania will come and say something before we wind up. Please, TPA.
Yes, thank you for the questions. But should I say I would like to make some correction on your question? Mwanza is not a seaport and is not among. Yes, it is Dar, Tanga, and Mtwara. Yes. All of these ports have their advantages and some disadvantages. We have said our country have been divided in several corridors, 4 corridors. So all of these ports are serving according to the corridors. But most of the cargo is passing through Dar es Salaam port because of the infrastructures and the nearby countries which is serving. Tanga port, formerly it was a double handling port. It was when the vessels were not able to come directly to the quayside. So we had a double handling. So for now, we have rehabilitated this port and the vessels are berthing along the quay. So we had that problem, and now we are promoting it as to be a huge port. But in Mtwara, we have a bottleneck there. The entrance channel, it only allows the vessels of up to 250 meters to go along that. We are calling it Msemo Creek. So we have some problem on this port. So that port is the largest, and we are now going to build Bagamoyo, which will be the largest of them all, because that port also have some bottleneck on big vessels to enter the port. At the entrance channel there, it has the entrance channel only allow vessels of up to 305 meters for now, after the huge rehabilitation which have been made at Dar es Salaam port. For the bulky terminals, which you didn't see in our presentation, but we have the 3 points where we are offloading the bulky. Is it fuel or bulk?
No, I'm talking about the liquid bulk.
Liquid bulk. So the liquid bulk, we have about 3 points where we are loading and offloading the liquid bulk. We have the kerosene oil jet. This kerosene oil jet, we have kerosene oil jet 1 and kerosene oil jet 2, on which kerosene oil jet 1 can handle the vessels of up to 45 deadweight tonnage, and the kerosene oil jet 2 for the vessels up to 5,000 DWT. And we have the SPM, the single point mooring, where the vessels of up to 1,050,000 metric tons can be offloaded there. So we have those terminals for the liquid bulk, but the storage are for private. For private, they are owned by private companies. We are now planning to build our own single receiving terminals, which will have the capacity of up to 360,000 tons at once.
What,
Liquid.
You will build or
We are building it as TPA, the Port Authority.
There's no available space for private sector.
The space is there.
Liquid bulk again, okay?
For
Liquid bulk, like chemicals, like oils, edible oils, like...
the space is there. If you need a space, is available. In Dar es Salaam, in Tanga, in Mtwara, the port.
It's very tight, it is bottleneck.
Yes, but the big vessels also can enter in Mtwara. I can say in Mtwara we have about 2,063 hectares of land in Mtwara. Yes, and in Tanga we have more than 400 hectares of land. And in Dar es Salaam we will find an area of land for the, yes, if somebody wants. Yes, it's up to us, yeah.
What about logistics centers? What you have available?
Yes, the logistic centers, we have available space in Bagamoyo. Bagamoyo, we want to build like a very huge industrial area. Us as TPA, we have about 980 hectares of land, but the EPZA, export processing area, have an area of about 9,000 hectares there for the industries and other processing areas. We are planning to start the construction it right now.
Yeah. So
yes.
Take another 3 years or 4 years.
Yes, yes.
So I'm talking now, if we want to make logistics center, there's no available.
Yeah, in Dar es Salaam. Yes, the space is available. The nearby is Bagamoyo, just 40 kilometers from Dar es Salaam. But there is a huge land in Kigamboni also, which is just about 5 kilometers from Dar es Salaam. And there are...
From Dar es Salaam port?
The Kigamboni and Dar es Salaam port are adjacent. So the land is not a problem in Tanzania.
Yeah. Okay. Because this is our main interest.
You are welcome. We can show you the land.
We have a logistics center near the port where we can bring Egyptian goods into.
Huge land in Kigamboni.
Can we see it in the tour today?
For today, you just only see the port. But if you have time, we can arrange with the authorities in Kigamboni, and then they will show you the... Yes. In Kigamboni?
Yes.
No railway, Kigamboni. Yes. Road.
Good road or small road?
Good roads.
Yeah, I mean, for trucks to go and stuff.
The trucks are there. Most of the trucks nowadays have their yards in Kigamboni. Most of them. Yes.
Thank you.
So we have two areas. For land, you can opt for Kigamboni or the logistic area in Bagamoyo, which is just 40 kilometers from Dar es Salaam. Yes. 40.
Thank you very much. Tanzania, you have something to say to respond to his question?
No, I asked also about the marine service, about they said the boats. We need more information, just more information.
Marine service. Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yes, we are aware that Egypt Airways disposed their A220, the 12 A220 to Azola Leasing Company, and I think they are arranging for another type.
737 MAX.
Oh, that's very good even, because it's close now to our Boeing 737 MAX 9. So we still can cooperate. But our interest with Egypt on A220 remains, because you have simulators for A220, which is at the training department, and I don't think as an investment if you are planning also to dispose it. And our cooperation was more on training, recurrent training of pilots. So yes, we still have simulator, and our pilots, in fact, some of them are already currently in Egypt, in Cairo, doing their recurrent training. So we pray God that you continue to keep the simulators, because you are only one in Africa. Otherwise, we have to travel all the way either to Germany or to Canada. So we still have some similarities in terms of equipment. For the A2, yes. The simulators, they are still there. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, Marine Services, you have something to respond to the question?
Yeah, okay. Thank you. One of the questions which has been asked is about the potential of the market in terms of the cargo which is needed. For instance, the market of Uganda. If you go to my slide in number 20, we mentioned that the Uganda market needs about 1.8 million, which means 180 million liters of fuel per month. 180 million liters of fuel per month. So if you multiply times 12, you'll know the number of liters we need to take to the market of Uganda. So what we are looking for here as the area of investment, we need above surface fuel storage tanks for the maximum utilization of the railway, because currently it means the wagons have to come and go to the ship to be transported directly to Uganda.
Yeah,
but
you need fuel storage tanks well.
Yes, no. Along the shore of Lake Victoria, as well as along the shores of Lake Tanganyika, because
on your side of the world.
Yes, at the side of the. So currently we cannot promise the aspect of the land, because we are looking for the land space. But the details of this market, how huge the market is, and the growth of the market, we may sit to the round table discussion for further details.
Okay, how the fuel goes from the port to the lake, how it goes?
Currently, they go through the wagons, fuel wagon tanks.
This quantity average, so many wagons.
So,
180 million liters per month.
No, as I have mentioned, currently we are saving only 2.4% of the capacity. Yes, which it's going through the road transport. It is going through the northern corridor via Kisumu, but the investment opportunity is available in investing to the vessel, investing to the fuel storage tanks, above surface fuel storage tanks, as well as to the equipment required for the...
This vessel will have tanks to take the fuel in? You mean tank, like a tanker?
We have a ship tank, one ship tank with the capacity of 420,000 liters. But currently it is not in operation because it is undergoing rehabilitation.
And when it reaches Uganda, they have tanks there?
There is no tank as well. So there is an investment opportunity for both sides, to the side of Tanzania and to the side of Uganda.
So you only make 2%?
We are making 2% in terms of saving the market. Yes.
So we need more information.
Thank you.
So, thank you very much. Well, there's a lot of questions, a lot of curiosity, and I'm sure discussions will continue between the agencies, the institutions, and your team. Unfortunately, we don't have much time now to continue with any discussions, but I will now give a few minutes I'll give a few minutes to Minister Al-Wazir to come and say some few closing remarks, if you have any, before we invite the Honorable Minister Barawa to come and give some closing remarks. If you have anything you would wish to say after hearing the presentations and discussions, you can say a few words, 2-3 minutes, and then we will invite Honorable Professor Barawa to come and close the meeting. Thank you very much. You want to use this one? That one. Is that working? That's working now.
Mwisho kabisa,
أنا بشكر معالي الوزير وكل رؤساء الهيئات.
namshukuru sana mheshimiwa waziri pamoja na viongozi wote wa sekta mbalimbali,
سواء شركة السكك الحديدية أو هيئة مواني تنزانيا أو هيئة الطيران التنزانية،
ima watu wa TPA au watu wa kitengo cha reli au bandari,
على البرزنتيشن أو العروض التقديمية اللي قدموها لنا عن الفرص وعن الإمكانيات المتاحة في كل هيئات النقل التنزانية.
Kwa maonyesho mazuri sana waliotuonyesha kuhusu kile ambacho kwamba tunaweza tukawekeza hapa Tanzania.
واحنا لنا بعض التساؤلات او المطالب الفنيه لاستكمال البيانات اللي عندنا.
Lakini hata hivyo tuna baadhi ya maswali ya kiufundi ili kuweza kuhakikisha tutaendelea vipi mbele kitaalamu zaidi.
هنديها للسيد السفير وهو يطلبها من هيئات او من وزاره النقل التنزانيه.
Maswali hayo nitampa mheshimiwa balozi, na balozi naye atayapeleka moja kwa moja katika Wizara ya Uchukuzi ya Tanzania watupe majibu
حتى تكتمل الصوره عندنا بالنسبه ل الفرص الاستثماريه اللي موجوده في قطاعات النقل المختلفه في تنزانيا,
ili picha iweze kukamilika, tupate picha kamili ya nafasi za uwekezaji zilizopo katika Wizara ya Uchukuzi na Usafirishaji ya Tanzania.
وهننشر كل البيانات والمعلومات والمطالب دي ومطالب والفرص الاستثماريه اللي احنا شفناها على رجال الاعمال والمستثمرين المصريين.
Na sisi tutazipeleka haya maonyesho yenu kwa wawekezaji wote na businessmen wetu wote wa Kimisri.
ويبقى في اتصال مباشر على طول بين وزاره النقل المصريه ووزاره النقل التنزانيه,
ili kuwe na mawasiliano ya moja kwa moja kati ya Wizara ya Uchukuzi ya Tanzania na Wizara ya Uchukuzi ya Misri,
لمتابعه وتسهيل الاجراءات اللي هتؤدي ان شاء الله الى مزيد من التعاون بين البلدين,
ili tuweze kufanya follow up na kurahisisha mahusiano yetu na ushirikiano wetu kati ya nchi zetu mbili,
سواء زي ما قلت في مجال الاستثمارات المصريه اللي ممكن تيجي تعمل مصانع في Tanzania,
ima kuhusu kampuni za Kimisri na wawekezaji wa Misri ambao kwamba watakuja watawekeza hapa Tanzania katika kitengo cha makampuni ya uwekezaji
wa Tanzania au i'adat tasdhir almuhita
katika Rwanda hapa Tanzania, au kutengeneza vitu na kuvisafirisha nje ya Tanzania, nchi ambazo kwamba ni za jirani,
au نقل المواد والخامات والمنتجات التنزانيه اللي احنا ممكن نحتاجها في مصر الى مصر,
au baadhi ya vitu vya Kitanzania, bidhaa za Kitanzania ya vyakula na bidhaa ya vitu vikavu tutoe Tanzania ambavyo sisi kule Misri tunavihitajia,
بالاضافه الى طرح الفرص العمل المطلوبه في تنزانيا من الشركات المصريه,
ukiondoa baadhi ya nafasi vile vile zilizopo ambazo kwamba mmezieleza kwa Misri,
سواء في مجالات التطوير ميناء دار السلام او انشاء وتطوير ميناء طنجة او باقي الموانئ اللي مطلوبة في تنزانيا.
Ima katika kuiendeleza na kuipanua bandari ya Dar es Salaam au bandari ya Tanga,
أو تطوير خط السكك الحديدية القديم اللي موجود حاليا,
au kuiendeleza railway ya zamani ambayo kwamba ilikuwa imekufa,
أو إنشاء أي طرق برية أنتوا تحتاجوا إليها,
au kuanzisha njia mpya nyingine zozote ambazo nyinyi mnazihitajia,
أو حتى إنشاء مساكن أو مدن عمرانية جديدة,
au kuanzisha makazi au miji mipya ya makazi.
كل هذه القطاعات أو المجالات إحنا جاهزين نساعد فيها.
Sekta zote hizi na majali yote haya sisi tuko tayari kuyafanyia kazi.
في النهاية مرة تانية بشكر معالي الوزير والمعاونين لي والهيئات التنزانية المختصة بالنقل.
Mwisho kabisa namshukuru tena kwa mara ya pili Mheshimiwa Waziri na wasaidizi wake wote na viongozi wote wa serikali.
وبأكد على دعوته مرة تانية, بأكد على دعوته لزيارة مصر للوقوف على ما تم من تقدم كبير في مجالات النقل المختلفة.
Nathibitisha tena kumwalika kwa mara ya pili Mheshimiwa Waziri aje Misri atutembelee ili tuendeleze pale paliposimama kuhusu Wizara ya Uchukuzi na maendeleo.
Shukran.
Asante sana.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now we will listen to the host, the Minister for Transport for the United Republic of Tanzania, Professor Mbarao.
Thank you
Please,
so much.
Karim.
Thank you. Your Excellency, Lieutenant General Kamal Al-Wazir, Minister for Transport, Your Excellency Ambassador Sharif Abdul Hamid, Ambassador of Egypt in Tanzania, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the end of this investment forum or investment conference. I don't know how you're going to call it. On behalf of the participants, I wish to extend my heartfelt thanks to our friends from Egypt. I know you have traveled a long way from Egypt to here, but we need to thank you so much for coming to Dar es Salaam. Today, we gather here to learn from each other. I think we have learned a lot from Tanzania. Today, we gather here to build a bridge and to move forward. From here, we need to move forward. It's very important. We don't like everything to end here. We need to move forward, and we want to see the outcome of this meeting. But before I close the meeting, I've got two maybe important issues. One for SGR. I know that our friend of Egypt, you have got huge experience in operating SGR, a standard gauge railway. All the railway in Egypt is a standard gauge railway. And you have got two types of railway, expressway and ordinary service. By June, this country, we're going to start to operate SGR. Unfortunately, we haven't got experience of operating standard gauge railway. Standard gauge railway is different from normal meter gauge railway operation system. It's a difference. So my request to my counterpart Minister General from Egypt, please, we need your support. We need to get our people to go to Egypt, at least to learn a little bit how to operate SGR. That is my first request. Thy President, that is the first request. A humble request to you, if possible, to take some of my staff here, at least 4 or 5 people, from TRC, Tanzania Railway Corporation, to visit Egypt, at least to get exposure, how to run SGR railway system. That is my first. Thank you. The second request, there are two ladies here. I'm sure they want to present something, but the time was not enough, or is not enough. One from Dar es Salaam Maritime Institute, please could you stand up? And the second one is from National Institute of Transport. And we know that Egypt, you are very strong in transport studies. You have got Arab Academy for Science, Technology and Maritime Transport in Alexandria. So we want to have a collaboration between this institute and that institute, Arab Academy of Transportation. Because all what we are talking here, without knowledge, without expertise, is just wasting of the resources. Sit down, please. You can build a big institution, but without a knowledge, it's not good. So we request at least to have a collaboration between our institution and the Arab Maritime Academy. We've got a lot of people in this country. They studied at Arab Maritime Academy. In Tanzania Port Authority, I think even this, my friend here, young man, you didn't do that, eh? Okay. But I know there's a lot of people that did some course there. So we want to extend. Maybe you can give more. We can do collaboration and exchange program with our institution to Arab Academy Transport, Maritime Transport. This also will apply for MSL, Marine Service Company. We've got a marine service company here, but unfortunately we don't have a very qualified captains. We don't have a very qualified marine engineers. We don't have a very qualified deck officers. So also we request that if possible you can create dedicated opportunity for Marine Service Limited. Will help us. We can build everything, but if we don't have people with good knowledge, you can't take one step ahead. I don't like to repeat about Air Tanzania. Engineer Matinda explained very well. So finally, I would like, let me thank you all, our moderator, he did a good job. Speakers, they did a good job, and all participants for active participation. Thank you so much. My thank you also go to those working behind the scene, including interpreter. My friend, he took a lot there. The staff of Egyptian ambassador under your leadership. I know without this team, we can't be here. Thank you so much for your support. And finally, I wish you a good stay in Dar es Salaam and finally back home to Egypt. Before I finish, somebody he mentioned to me zawadi, zawadi. Zawadi in Kiswahili, gift. There is a gift for Your Excellency here. So, yeah, one for the minister and one for the embassy. So the first one for the minister, please. This is for the minister. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Excellency.
Thank you for coming. Thank you. And for Your Excellency Ambassador, thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much. Karibu sana.
There is also a souvenir from a Member of Parliament, Dr. Sharif El-Gabali, on behalf of the Federation of Egyptian Industries. That is for the Minister of the United Republic of Tanzania, Minister of Transport.
Yeah.
Karib.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you very much. You can
somebody
guess atachukua.
Okay, ninashukuru. Tumemaliza eh? Sasa ni picha. Asanteni sana. Na Mungu awabariki kwa kila kitu.
Thank you. Okay, well, the last thing to do now, we shall have some photographs, souvenir photographs for remembrance of this meeting. And please, you can take your seats, and then the photographs will be here. People will come and stand behind you.